We're in Oakland, California to talk with Thriving Ivory. How did you guys come together?
The first time I met these guys, they came into the cafe where I was working trying to post a flyer for guitar, bass, and drums. And I remember Scott came in and I was like, oh, you guys are trying to post a flyer? Yo, I'm looking like to join a band while I'm down here. And then he's like, yeah, there's this guy who sings who can do this beatboxing thing. And I see Clayton standing outside kind of looking in the mirror in the window and everything like that. That night I went over to their place and jammed. And
that's exactly what I was doing. Yeah. I was looking good too.
Well, you didn't come in and say what's up, you know? I was like, oh, that guy out there who's too cool to come in and talk.
I didn't know he was interviewing you. I thought he was just giving you the flyer.
Yeah, Scott was definitely a go-getter as far as like we need to like put this together. It was like that night, 8 o'clock, let's jam.
What did it feel like, Rhett, to hear yourself on the radio?
Well, for me, it was really weird because a couple of us are from around here. And so, I've grown up with Live 105, and so the first time I heard it, it was really weird. I'd get calls at 7:30 in the morning, people going across the bridge, and they're like, I'm driving in the car, Brett, and I think your band's on Live 105 right now. And they're like, I'm kind of tripping out.
Yeah, it took a while for us to actually, or for me to actually hear it. Everybody was calling me, telling me, oh, they just played your song, and they were also giving us these crazy shout-outs, which were awesome,
How do you guys feel about the Bay Area music scene?
A lot better than Santa Barbara.
Yeah, we started in Santa. Yeah, we were playing in LA a lot too, a lot more when we lived in Santa Barbara. In LA, it's like you could have somebody that likes the music just as much as somebody up here, but their response will be, "I like this so much, I'm going to be dead silent, and I'm just going to stare at you."
They're more down to come out and see music too, see what's going on. I think people are so kind of jaded. It's oversaturated down there. They're jaded. I guess they just see so much of it, and everybody's got a niche and everything like that. So it's a tough audience.
What are your most memorable rock moments in the band?
I would say one of them would have to be like, it was either the first or the second time we played the Independent in San Francisco, because that's one of the bigger clubs, next to the Fillmore and all the big bigs like Warfield. And we were just up there playing, and I remember just being all sweaty in the lights, and I'm looking out for the first time and just being actually like a deep sea of people.
It's such a compliment too to go buy a band's album and you're just totally vibing it, and then you go to their live show and it's just 10 times better than the album. It's just so cool, and that's a lot of thing. I think when we do our live show, it's so frustrating, the opposite side of that, to get an album and go to a live show that you're really digging and go to their show and the band's just not clicking, while they're playing live or anything.
Are you getting any label interest?
Yeah.
What's that feel like?
Label interest? Okay, here's a band right here, and here's the record labels right here. So all the record labels kind of go like, ooh, what's this? It looks kind of cool. And then they'll take a couple steps back, they'll be like, but hold on, I just want to wait a second. And then another record label will come up and be like, well, what do you think? Well, I'm not sure, what do you think? why don't we just wait a second and see what happens? And so that kind of goes on
for
like
cat and mouse.
Yeah, it's like nothing ever happens. It's just like, so you want to,
The best way to deal with it is just forget about it and just keep doing what you're doing. Eventually, if you obviously you're doing something right, so just don't think about it.
Oh, listen to this.
That's Arnie's one.
This is our manager calling. Beethoven's Fifth or whatever. It's the Doom call, and his little picture's on here too, staring at me. So I gotta answer this.
Hi, this is Clayton from the band Thriving Ivory, and this is the almag.com.